Welcome back to Film Gob everyone, it's Shaker here, and it's time for a quick, spoiler-free review of Wonder Woman 1984. Before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, why not check out my previous videos, check out the playlists, and if you like what you see, subscribe and hit that notification bell for future uploads. But let's get back to Wonder Woman 1984. It's out on HBO Max. It's a mixed bag. There's highlights to the film. There's opening scene is great, on Themyscira with all the Amazonians doing their thing, something right out of a DC animated film. I loved that. From there, we're whisked off to the world of the 80s. Hollywood thinks that they can get away with bad script and bad dialogue and just set it in the 80s and go, oh yeah, that's why it's kind of so cheesy and it's so corny. And we have to bring back the Cold War, the Americans and the Russians and the nukes. And I do like that there are things about the plot and the story that I don't mind. And Maxwell Lord, played by Pedro Pascal, he is a pretty good villain. Yeah, quite a bonkers and a bit desperate, power hungry. I loved it. I actually really liked his performance and his character, emotional arc between him and his son, even though his son is like this random kid who doesn't even look like him, and he hangs around in the office, day in, day out, and you're asking where's his mother? Does he have a mother? I don't know, could have done something a bit more with the kid, but I did like Pedro Pascal and his character arc. Can't say the same about Kirsten Wiig. She plays Barbara Minerva. She becomes Cheetah. I just didn't care about her. The director wanted her to be as the toxic masculinity that she has to deal with, and she's getting her own back, and okay, fair, cool. In the world of the DC films, I wouldn't be interested in her coming back. When it comes to Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, yeah, or both of them, good performances. Even Gal Gadot kind of steps up her game a little bit. Some emotional scenes between the two. Wonder Woman herself, she gains some new abilities, and it's like, where have you been for the past 70 years? Have you kind of figured out these things? I'm sure at the end of the original film, they did tease, or she did kind of experience things that would have made her go, yeah, maybe I should try these things. But no, she's doing it for the first time 70 years later in the 80s. Just a bit strange. How characters like Steve Trevor return from the dead, it's kind of explained. It's a bit weak, but sod it, let's go along with it. You've probably heard already there's a lack of action in the movie, and even the finale is slightly, not exactly a fight, but they decided to take a different route with the climax to the film, and I don't think it works. Shorty will get into all that, right? He's going to do a commentary to the film. You might like it, so stay tuned for that. The score to the film by Hans Zimmer. I can't really remember. Maybe there's two scenes, mainly the opening and maybe another part of the film where I thought the score was quite good. And yes, by now you've heard that beautiful lie from the Batman v Superman score is used, and I didn't think it fit. Again, Hans Zimmer, this is his first film since then, so his choice to bring the theme back and say it's a DC theme and not a Bruce Wayne theme, hey, that's his decision, but I think a lot of us can disagree with him there. Now, you've probably heard there's a lack of action in this film, but it didn't really bother me that much because the story is quite kind of nuts, and it kind of takes you on a journey anyway. But when the action does come, when these scenes come, they are, I have to say it, they are really bad, atrocious in some elements, and you can certainly, it's hard to say that this is the same director who did the first film and now this film, whether it's the CGI, which kind of looks a bit wonky at times, or just the colour palette, it's very bright, people being saved for no reason when she didn't really need to save them, but we have to show her saving them. Now, for a 2.5 hour film, did I feel that this was too long? I don't think so. I thought the pacing was great, even though by the end of the film I was like, do some of these characters, their conclusions, are they satisfactory? I didn't think they were. For the most part, I thought the tone of the film was, fairly well handled. It's just that shopping mall scene is still weird and feels a bit out of place from the rest of the film. I think another scene later on, but I thought the tone was fine. It could have been worse, I know they're using Superman Donner movies as an influence, and there's a lot of that in the film. Mainly the comedy, like there's comedic scenes that with DC, with the later films, it feels that they have to put comedy somewhere. We have to fit it in somewhere. Some plot holes that I've kind of came across to do with the magic stone, right? We'll get into that and the wishes and all that. Actually, I think Shorty will discuss that a bit more. So overall, good performances for the most part. I did love Maxwell Lord, Pedro Pascal. I thought he was awesome. Patty Jenkins, she's not sure if she wants to do a third film. Where do you go with it's like, you've got Zack Snyder doing his Wonder Woman. We'll see what happens with her in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So let me know in the comments what you thought about this film. Click that like button, share, subscribe, and of course hit that notification bell for more videos. But until next time everyone, I'm Shaker, and I'll catch you later.